Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today, I just figured I'd go back to talking about the Avengers game I reviewed some weeks back. It's been about a month since the game dropped, and it's been a fun month, but I figured seeing as time has gone, I can do a quick update video just going over my thoughts on the game and yeah, thoughts on the game. So yeah, let's get into it. To get out of the way, I still think the game is an 8. I think the work the game has done to deserve an 8 is still solid. I have enjoyed playing it, the story, going through each of the heroes, trying to level them up to level 50, and then obviously get the power levels up to the highest. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride. By the way, the background video you guys are watching is my grind to 50. I don't think I quite reached it on this video, but it's part of the grind. I just sat down for a few hours and I was just playing through it. But yeah, when you're playing the game, time goes fast. You're not really noticing that you're playing for life. It's just, enjoying yourself and just having a good time, really. So yeah, fun stuff is fun. That said, um, if there's something I've been seeing both in the community and like in the wider community and for myself, and that's just that the fact that the more I keep playing, the more certain things become glaring to me, and that's part of what this video is for, is to highlight 3 or 4 things that I think the game needs to sort out as soon as possible. If not, then obviously there's going to be a problem. And I say this as someone who's played Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Division 1, Division 2, and Anthem, and they've all gone through the problems. Most of them still probably have problems, but they all have certain things that makes the game works for them. And I'm beginning to think that the Avengers needs one, and they need one soon. So yeah, to start off with, I'm gonna start about loot. Right now, loot. This one is the problem with loot is a hard one, and I say it's a hard one because it's not just that the loot needs to be changed. I think the loot is fine, but unfortunately, we're playing a game in which the characters we're using are already determined. They're already preset. We have Iron Man, we have Captain America, we've got Thor, we've got Black Widow. All of them have their costumes. They've got variations of their costumes, but generally, they're all, whatever we get is going to be the same. So for every Iron Man costume, we don't get different armor parts, we get the whole costume as a set. Same with Thor, same with Captain America, same with all the heroes. And what this means is that when you go through a mission and you get loot at the end, the loot is not really changing anything apart from the stats. Which, as I said, is not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing, because what then happens is you can't really see your hero do anything other than just be the same. It's a mental thing, don't get me wrong. You're getting powerful obviously as you play, but because they all look alike, no matter what gear you put on, there's no real feel of progression. And honestly, of all the points I plan to talk about today, this is the one that I don't know how they plan to fix, or if they can fix it, because it just is. Equipping a gear on your arm, all that does is change the stats your arm has, but the arm's still gonna look the same because it's the whole gear of Iron Man you're wearing. And even though obviously customizable stuff, you can always change costumes, it's still the same feeling. It's that break between leveling up your character and getting new gear and changing your customization options. It's a pretty big one, and I feel like for some people it's sort of made the whole idea of getting loot boring, which is a problem, because obviously the last thing you want for fans is to have them think your loot is boring, even though it's not. But there's no real feel to it, and because there's no real feel to it, there's nothing you can say, oh, I got so gear and it made my character look so sick. It doesn't really work that way. And I say this as someone, as I said, I played Destiny, I played Division, I played Anthem, and you get loot all the time. And I played Diablo, but it's as much as it's a stats game, it's still a very visual, physical game, and you can see when your gear gets better, you can see how it meshes with the rest of what you're wearing, and that sort of gives you a feel of progression, which I feel the Avengers game doesn't currently have. And as I said, this is the hardest point I have because I don't know, I don't have any advice for how they can fix it. I'm not that knowledgeable, and yeah, it's just a thing. Number two, I would say is vendors. Now, this one I can definitely talk about. Currently, the vendors in Avengers are boring, and I say boring as in mad boring. The whole idea of vendors, of factions, of visiting different people for different stuff does not work. I'm sorry to say it, but it does not work. The vendor on the helicarrier is more or less the same vendor as the same in the anthill. They do the same shit, and I don't even know. I've been playing this game for like a whole month, and I genuinely don't know what the difference is between both vendors. It just feels like a vendor between two different. It's like the same vendor in two different places. I don't understand it. They have different gear, yes, but what is the faction supposed to do? Why am I leveling up factions? How do they benefit me in any way? And I feel like this probably pays back to the whole loot question of, because the factions are very samey, because the vendors are very samey. No matter what gear they give you, you're still gonna look the same way. You're still gonna play relatively the same way, and I feel that just makes the whole idea of numerous vendors obsolete. For a game like this, for the way it's currently been set, it should just had one vendor. One vendor would have done everything that we needed to do. But yeah, having two or more just doesn't make sense. It's messy. I don't know. I've not really liked going to vendors to do factions. I think I can count how many times I've been to any of the vendors to buy anything from them, because most of the time the loot from playing the game does the job I needed to do. And it's just like, so am I going to go buy new stuff when I can just play and get it, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but they need to change it. I personally would say they need to remove vendors, or at least reduce the vendors to just one person. Everybody else can go. We don't really need them, and you know, if it's not needed, then why are they there? You know. That's just my thoughts, by the way. I don't know. Some people might like vendors. If they do, then you know, good for them. Personally, they just don't do it for me. But yeah, I think the most important point, which by the way, this is my third point. I think the most important point that I feel the game needs is an end game, a legit end game that, you know, has some sort of meaning apart from just mission ends and stuff. And it's so the whole idea, at least from what I understand and from the way I've been playing the game, of not just this game but all the other games that I've listed so far in the video, is the whole point of having an end game is to have, obviously, is to, you know, have something that makes you want to come back, and which also plays back into the first point, loot. Currently it feels like all the loot we get, there is no use for them. There is once we get to level 50 and you get to power level 150, I feel like that's literally the end of the game for you. There's nothing to use the loot for. There is no iron enemy that requires you to obviously think about the spec you're going for exactly, and how to, you know, play around it, how to think on your feet, how to swap gears if you really need it. Right now, whatever spec you get is it's literally just a personal grind. It's more of a, well, if you're using Iron Man and you want to get like a rocket build, it's just literally just that. But the question then becomes, what do you want to use a rocket build for? There is nothing, which I think is a big problem. In Destiny we had raids, in Division you had raids, even I think Diablo had something of the sorts. Anthem didn't really have raids, but I'm not really going to talk about Anthem tonight because, well, today rather, because Anthem is Anthem is trash. But yeah, there's no end game, and I feel like the Avengers needs an end game. We need a proper villain, a full team, and a full plan for how to, obviously, I don't know, have a fun end game, you know? But yeah, jokes aside, my vision for them would be for them to actually have a raid of sorts, some big bad villain. I don't want no Thanos. I love Thanos as a villain, but of all the villains they should use, they can reuse Modok for all I care. But we need a big bad villain, and we need to be able to use all 6 heroes. So like a squad of all 6 heroes, a whole Avengers team. They could call it that. The whole Avengers team needed to take down one big baddie. So that way we can do some more tactical stuff, some more planning, some more use of everyone's different skills. And yeah, so something nice. Something that we can aim for, something with exclusive stuff. I don't mind it being exclusive, customizable gear and loot, or something to make the whole building sets worth it. If not, by the time everyone is built, there are 6 sets of heroes. Everyone's gonna get tired of it. Everyone's gonna drop the game. Now, I do know at the time of making this video, I am aware that they've put a statement out regarding the plans that they have for an end game and the DLCs coming. So they've spoken about Kate Bishop coming with a few quests, which is going to cross with Hawkeye's set of quests, and then a few things that they've got planned for endgame. So that looks promising. That sounds promising. I've linked the article below in the description so you guys can take a look at it and read it. But yeah, it sounds like they've at least got some plans to put in place, and I really do hope it pans out. Now, the last thing I want to put on, and to be honest, this is just my thing. It cannot make it doesn't have to basically make the list in the terms of what they've got planned for the game. But I think it's something nice that has added some sort of longevity to both Division and Destiny, and I think that is a patrol space. Being able to patrol the world that is available, I think would be a very, very good addition to the whole game. And I say this as someone, I don't even patrol that much in Destiny, but the option is always nice for you just want to, shoot breeze. Choose your favorite hero, drop into New York or San Francisco, and just fly about doing patrol quests, random saves, fighting, random aimbots, just something to while away time. And I feel like this, as mundane as it may seem, as mundane as it may sound, I feel like this actually adds a lot of value to the whole hero aspect that the game is trying to make us believe. Because it's much better than just staying in the helicarrier and choosing missions. I feel like if you were boots on the ground, you get a little bit of more connection to the grand scheme of the sort of theme that Crystal Dynamics are trying to push forward. But yeah, that's it really. That's just my thoughts on it. The game's not bad, but I feel like the game needs to improve on a few areas soon. It's just been a month since the game came out, so I think that's to give them some breathing space before it begins to turn dire. And based on what they said that they plan to do, there is some hope in the future, and I do hope it pans out, because if it pans out, it means I get to put more time in the game, get to enjoy the game a lot more. And yeah, that's it really. That's the extent of the video today. That's it. I do plan to make a new video on Crucible though, Amazon Crucible, but that will be for later. But yeah, I don't know. I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna try and finish. I'll catch you guys later. I'm waffling now. But yeah, take it easy. Have a good day, and bye. Wait, you know what? I forgot to talk about two things. Two very important things. So you see how I said I wanted a patrol space and I wanted endgame and this and that. There are two things that, well, I don't know if it's two or not, but there is something that they need to sort out first. And that is the matchmaking and the frame drops. Matchmaking in Avengers is still broken. Now, being able to play with AI is fun and all, but for a game that's supposed to be co-op, it shouldn't really take forever to join a co-op match. And also, when the matches do join, it shouldn't be crashing. Now, I haven't really had any crashes, but I've had co-op matches just not going anywhere, and me sitting on the queue for minutes on minutes / hours on end looking for people to join to, and nothing happening. That needs to be fixed. Before anything else can be as fun as I'd love it to be. Matchmaking needs to be sorted out, bugs need to be sorted out, and the game needs to be running consistently without any drops. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bad experience for everybody involved. But yeah, I think legitimately done now. I'm done. I promise I'm done. Later.